Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be about my implant birth control. I did ask on my Instagram and on Facebook if you guys want me to talk about my birth control first or my 5 months, almost 6 months postpartum body. Because I do really want to talk about that too, but a lot of you voted about the birth control first. And yeah, so here it is, my experience with the Nexplanon, I think that's how you say it, implant birth control. So if you guys want to know my experience and all the symptoms that I went through and how I'm feeling now, just keep on watching. Okay, so I got the Nexplanon inserted on my arm. I know a lot of people get it like right here. They have it like right here. But for some reason, mine is like right here. Like you can feel it's like right here, this big and all of that. Um, Let me know in the comments below if you guys had it there. So mine is not like back here nor right here. It's like literally like down here, like on the bottom part. Um, yeah. Anyways, so basically I got it on February 5th. So today, June 5th, it's been 4 months already since I had my birth control. So I know there's a lot of side effects of it, and one of them being weight gain of it. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted that birth control. Because as you guys know, I've always, before my pregnancy and now, I've always been underweight. I range from 80 to 90 pounds. I never gone close to 100. The closest I've been was one time I was weighing 107. But yet again, like the night before, I was drinking a lot of alcohol. Don't drink unless you're 21 and over. I was 21 and over. Um, I was drinking, and the next morning I weighed myself. I weighed 107. I peed, and I went down to 97, I think it was. So mainly all of that was water retain, or I think that's how you say it. So yeah, that's the only time I waited like 100, like the only time. But other than that, I've always ranged from 80 to 90 pounds. The lowest I've gone was 84 pounds. Yes, I know. So during my pregnancy, the highest I weighted was 139 pounds. That was my pregnancy weight, the last pregnancy weight. And before I got pregnant, I was almost 100, I believe, because I'm not, like, I stopped weighing myself because it was really um fucking with my mind, because I was underweight, my depression, and I always wanted to gain weight. So yeah, if you guys want a separate video about my struggles of gaining weight and how I managed it and how I did it, um let me know in the comments below, and I'll for sure make a video with that, because it's a struggle, and I understand all those young ladies. Not saying that I'm not young either, but like I understand, because I know there's a lot of other girls that go through it. So let me know if you guys want me to do a video. um so yeah, anyways, I was like almost 100, I believe. So yeah, so I was gaining weight, and next thing you know, I found out I was pregnant in January of last year. But unfortunately, a couple days later, I did lose my baby. I do have my miscarriage story, so I'll leave it right there for you guys. Um, and 2 months later, I got pregnant again with my little rainbow baby. He's on the walker outside with my sister. Um, so yes, I got pregnant again, and when I went to my first doctor's appointment, I was already 102, I believe. So I was gaining weight, so that's the good thing. So yeah, I started from 102 and I went all the way to 139 throughout my pregnancy. So yes, I was 102 and 139, and I went to the doctor for my birth control, and I told him, I was like, I want something that will help me maintain or like keep helping me gain weight as well. Um, and obviously I mentioned the Nexplanon, and they're like, oh yeah, like there's cases that a lot of girls do gain a lot of weight with that. Um, it would be good for you. Another one would be the Depo shot. I'm like, yeah, like I'll consider that if this one doesn't work. So I got the Nexplanon. I went in for on February 5th to get it on. Um, the painful part of it was the injection that they put like to like numb it and like medicine and all that. So that was like the painful part. And then like the insert wasn't as bad. It was like right here. Like when they put it in, it wasn't that bad. I did have pictures of the bruising. It wasn't as bad. It was like that big. Like only a little bit. But I did get some bruising. They bandaged it that day, and they told me to not take the bandage off until 24 hours have passed. And I did wait the 24 hours. I felt so uncomfortable with the bandage though. It was like bothering me. It was starting to get itchy. I did not like it. But I kept it on for the 24 hours just to make sure that it stayed. And when I took it off, there was like bleeding still coming out. Like I was still bleeding. So what I did, I just put like a little like bandage over it. It wasn't like a lot of bleeding. It was just like a little spot of bleeding. So I just kept a little bandage there. And yeah, but I did get bruising. Like I mentioned, it wasn't like a lot of bruise. Um, and other than that, the very first symptom that I felt like I got was nausea. The first couple of days, I felt like a little bit nauseous. So I'm assuming that was part of it because I did read the pamphlet and I did went on Google afterwards. Um, and I did read the pamphlet, and it said that nausea is one of them, gaining weight is one of them, also losing weight was another one. Um, abnormal bleeding, and like not having a period, and all of that. Those are like some common symptoms of the Nexplanon. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. I don't know. Um, but yeah, like the first symptom that I think I experienced was nausea. Like the first day, I did get a little bit nauseous, and next thing you know, um, so I got it on February 5th, and next thing I got my period, like I would say 2 weeks later. Um, and let me just say, I didn't get my period before I got the birth control. I still hadn't had my period, like, um, besides the bleeding after the pregnancy. But I didn't get my period, and then I got my period again, and it was like 10 days long. Like, right, normally my periods last like 7 days. That's how long my periods last. The first 3 days are always the heaviest, obviously. Next thing you know, it starts slowing down. So I got my period for 10 days, and then it stopped, and it only stopped for like a couple days. And I'm like, yes. And next thing you know, I start bleeding again. I started bleeding again on March 5th. So like a month after I got my Nexplanon. And let me just say that I did get some abnormal bleeding, because since March 5th all the way till like last week, like almost 2 weeks ago, I was bleeding. But it wasn't like heavy bleeding or anything like that. It was just more like spotting, like when your period is ending, like the brown period. I know TMI, but you guys were warned at the title that this is gonna be a TMI video. But yeah, I was bleeding like like brown, like when you're ending your period, or like the old blood. And there would be days when I would get like the reddish period, but mainly it was brown. So I would use just panty liners, or sometimes I would use, like, when I would notice that would be a little bit more heavier, like it would fill up the um panty liner, then that's when I would wear the regular, like, smaller pants, like the always pants. And let me just say that I was scared to put on a tampon. um I did get stitches, so that's one of the reasons why I was scared, even though I'm already healed up and everything. But I was scared to insert a tampon in me. But like I said, like a week ago, or like it's already gonna be 2 weeks ago, my period stopped. But before it stopped, I'm not gonna lie, me and my fiance, my baby's dad, were having intercourse throughout my bleeding. He don't care. He goes, yeah, he don't care. So a couple of days before I ended my period, we had intercourse. Great, fine. But the next day I pretty much started bleeding a little bit more, like if I was actually starting my normal period. So I started bleeding a lot more. I was actually able to feel it come out, because with the spotting I wasn't feeling it. So I was like, what? Why am I bleeding a lot more? Like, I hope this is not part of like the whole bleeding thing and all of that, because I was already thinking of going to the doctor to like either help me stop the bleeding, help me do something with the bleeding, or just take it off and get something else. But I was bleeding like if it was my normal period, and next thing you know, it was starting to slow down, like how my normal period would, was slowed down, like really, really light. And I was noticing every time I would wipe, I would notice that there was a little bit of like whitish, so like the discharge. So I'm like, I hope this is it. I hope my period is ending, hopefully. And yes, there was a little bit of blood with the white, and then next thing you know, I get the white, the egg yolk. No, it's not the egg yolk, because it's yellow. What's it called? The egg whites. There we go. I was getting the egg whites stuff, and yeah, obviously the first couple of days I was still wearing a panty liner, because when you make that mistake of thinking your period ends and you don't wear no panty liners, and next thing you know, hello. But I've been saved, I've been good, I haven't been bleeding for, like I said, like a week or two already. So I'm happy about that. My fiance is happy about that for sure. But yeah, abnormal bleeding was one of the biggest symptoms that I've gotten. I don't think I've been emotional about it, about like, I don't think my hormones are like crazy or anything like that, because I know your hormones get crazier. But I have noticed that I do get frustrated or like anxious a little bit more. But like I mentioned before on all my other videos about depression and all of that, it's all on your mind. Yes, it is the hormones on your birth control as well. So all I could do is just think, like, tell myself like it's okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. So it doesn't last that long. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like get mad at my sister a lot more than what I used to. But I do apologize to her right away because I know it's not her fault, it's my fault for feeling that way. But other than that, I'm good with my birth control now. I haven't bled anymore, um, luckily. So, like I said, I got nauseous a little bit. I got my abnormal bleeding, and I got like my emotions. I get frustrated a little bit more. Um, Not as fast as how I used to, but I do get frustrated. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it about the birth control. I've only had it, today's been 4 months already since I got in my birth control. Nathan is gonna be 6 months this month. Um, so yeah, like I said, it's like down here rather than up here. Because I know and I've seen that a lot of women get it right here. But I guess since I had like more fatty at the end of my pregnancy, it looked like it was like up here, and then it ended up being down here. I don't know. But yeah, so far birth control is going good. Like I said, I was planning to go to the doctor and either get it removed or change it to something else, or like do something to regulate my period if it was gonna continue. Because on Facebook I did went on a like beauty group, and I told them, I was like, it's not makeup related, but have any of you guys experienced this? And a lot of girls did say that they experienced it either for 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, a year. If it was gonna be a year, I was gonna go to the doctor and get it removed and get something else. So this was my first option of birth control. My second option would have been the Depo shot, and the third option would either be just the pills. And if that didn't work out, because I suck at taking pills, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to just get the pill. And if that didn't work, then my fourth option would be condoms. This birth control, it is the 3-year. I know there's a 3-year, and I know there's the 5-year, but I did get the 3-year. My sister did brought me my baby already, so yes, it is the 3-year, and I get it off on February 5th of 2023, and Nathan will be 3 years that year. So that's the plan. We do plan on having kids after I get this off. So either in 3 years, or it just depends how fast my body regulates, because I do know that you have to get your body regulated afterwards. So yeah, so pretty much that's about it for this video. My baby is gonna get tired already. He is tired already, should I say. It is his nap time. So he's gonna go to sleep in a bit, and I hope this video was informative of my experience with the Nexplanon. And like I said, it is a 3-year, and if I would have lasted a whole year bleeding, or like almost a year bleeding, nope, I'm taking it off. But like I said, it's been 4 years, it's been 4 months, sorry, that I have it on today, June 5th, but you guys are watching it next week, on Wednesday. So yeah, so keep in mind that every woman's body is different. I know some women that don't experience like any bleeding at all with the implant. I did, and you might not. So just keep in mind for this one. And some women do gain weight, some women lose it, and me, I'm probably one of the weird ones that just maintain the weight, because now I weigh 100, I'm like 114 to 117. Like, I range in that weight range, which I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm really happy with that weight. So yeah. So like I said, if you guys want me to talk about my struggle with my weight, let me know in the comments below. If you guys have any other questions regarding the birth control, let me know in the comment below, and just stay tuned for my 5 months, almost 6 month body image, body birth, postpartum body video. I don't know how I'm gonna name it, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.